Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome back to the stage, Sam Redgate-Large! Woo! That was the most pathetic thing I've ever done, but welcome back, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the Sam Redgate-Large channel, and after about a week or so off the live streams, off the content creating, we are back tonight with some good old FA Cup football. A huge game for Boreham Wood tonight, and I'm so excited to watch it. I wanted to sit down and watch this game myself from the comfort of my own home, and it's great to see a few guys already in the chat as well. So absolutely brilliant stuff. Let me know, how have you guys been and what have you made so far to the FA Cup? Couple of shocks coming their way. Middlesbrough doing pretty well at the moment. Chelsea nearly losing to Luton last night, but managing to come through. But it's all exciting, isn't it? We do love it. We do love the drama of the FA Cup. We wouldn't change it for the world, would we? We wouldn't, especially when it sees Tottenham and Manchester United both go out. That's all you can wish for. That's all you can ask for, really. That is all you can wish for and all you can ask for. Evening to Oliver, who says, come on, Boreham Wood and Sam, it's been a while. It has been a little while. I've been busy at work. I've had a bit of a lack of motivation in that sense, getting home from work, having had a busy day, that type of thing. And then, of course, I've had Erin as well coming over the last week, and it's been lovely to see her again as well. And I mean, you can't knock it. You can't knock it. It's been nice to take sort of a week off, and hopefully you guys will get us back on the bandwagon, back towards that 1,000 subscribers. We've got a packed weekend this weekend, as I'm sure you've seen on the channel. There will also be a little bit of a talk about Roman Abramovich, what that means for Chelsea. I'll be joined by Louis for that one. And so I won't be answering any Roman Abramovich questions tonight. We are going to leave that for tomorrow, for tomorrow's live stream. I think that is the best way to do it, because then you guys can see all of the questions, ask all of the questions as you want and as you will. And yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. And of course, we'll have the Burnley versus Chelsea game at the weekend as well, which I'm excited to watch and excited to view. Burnley, decent form. But that's enough talk about Chelsea and what the plans are for the weekend. What have we got in front of us now? It's Everton versus Boreham Wood. Relegation battling Everton. Seems strange to say. Seems very strange to say. One of the few teams that haven't been relegated in the Premier League era. Potentially could be getting relegated this season against Boreham Wood of the National League. They are in the conference. They have got no pressure on their shoulders whatsoever tonight. They can go out and play as freely or as cagey or as however they want to. And Oliver's just mentioned the draw. Let's find the draw as well, and we'll have a bit of a chat through the draw as well for you guys whilst we do this. And whilst we have a look. Let me have a look. FA Cup draw. Of course, Huddersfield versus Nottingham Forest is still yet to be played. So there will be that one. I think I've just found them for us, guys. In the... Oh, it's quarterfinals. Oliver, you're going to have to tell me. Who Crystal Palace have been tied up against, because on here it says to be decided, which either means it's the game from tonight or the game from tomorrow against Forest and Huddersfield Town. Let's have a look. Here is the draw for us, guys. Let me swap over screens. Here we are. So this is the draw for you guys. So it will be City versus Southampton, Chelsea versus Middlesbrough, and then Crystal Palace and Liverpool are yet to have their opponents decided. So it will either be Everton versus Boreham Wood or Nottingham and Huddersfield Town. And I think you've got to hope, really, haven't you, from either of those two sides. If you can get a Boreham Wood in the next round, that would be pretty fortunate, wouldn't it? It would be pretty fortunate to get yourselves there. Let me just see if it tells me on here who it's going to be. There you are. The winner of tonight's game versus Everton versus Boreham Wood will go on to play Oliver's Crystal Palace. So no wonder he is happy with that one. So that's where that one is, if you're just wondering where I've read that. So Liverpool will face Oh, Liverpool could face Huddersfield Town in the next round. Oh, exciting, exciting. But that is what is at stake for today's game. And these are the teams for today's game as well. Wrong screen. Here is the teams for today's game. So, we will start off with the home side, mainly because I know more about them. Oliver says, I'll be buzzing with Boreham Wood, happy with Everton either way. Yeah, it seems to be quite a nice draw for Crystal Palace there. Seems to be quite a nice draw. But in a few weeks' time, who knows? Everton might be able to find a little bit of form under Frank Lampard. Maybe so, maybe so. A lot of changes here for Everton. Sure, it's Frank Lampard sort of testing out a few squad players, trying to still find his favourite team after that disappointing. By disappointing, I don't mean as in they were poor, but disappointing as in just generally just disappointing result against Manchester City. They've obviously had that handball appealed, and they've had the chief of refereeing, or whatever you want to say, apologise for the handball decision against Rodri. And to be honest with you, it's daylight robbery. That's the best way to say it. It is daylight robbery. It's obviously a foul. And Manchester City, I don't know who they've got on their payroll in terms of the VAR for that game, because that was an absolutely shocking decision from the referees. The on-field referee in the first place, and then the VAR referee to not correct that one. Absolutely bananas. But they are looking tonight to sort of play a few other players, see who's still sort of kicking around, and you will be able to see on your screen a lovely little gesture that Everton have done tonight. Vitaly Mykolenko, there we are, Mykolenko, the Ukrainian, has been made captain for tonight. I do believe he only signed in January, but he has been made captain tonight, of course, with the ongoing invasion of Ukraine by the Russians, and my thoughts are with everyone in Ukraine at the moment, and hopefully they can come to a peaceful resolution for that. But that's enough politics or whatever. Let's talk about the football. That's what we're here for. That is what we are here for. So starting us off in goal is Asmir Begovic, a man who, to be honest with you, I forgot existed. So Asmir Begovic does start in goal for Everton for tonight. The right back is Nathan Patterson. I'm sure Scottish football fans will be able to tell me a lot more about this. The young 20-year-old has signed from Rangers in January, and highly rated, got a lot of praise behind him here, Nathan Patterson. So a big opportunity for him. Seamus Coleman, of course, the captain, the club captain, not playing tonight, and it looks like it will be a result of changing tactics. And Oliver says it's a bad Everton team, surely Fat Frank focusing on the league. I don't think he's focusing on the league. I think it's just the level that they will be playing at tonight. I think that team is still justifiable to get past them, even with a few of the problems that Everton have had at the moment. You'd like to think that former Napoli superstar Allen, these players, Michael Keane, a solid Premier League defender, Anthony Gordon, one of the best young talents in the league, Andros Townsend, we know his qualities, Decore as well, an absolute beast in midfield. You'd like to think that these players will be able to shine through and guide Everton through. So I don't think it's a focus on the league. I just think he's being tactical here, and he's working some of these players into the squad and getting a good view for them. I'm sure if we look on the bench, there'll be a few big hitters on the bench. Branthwaite, who for me was a FPL favourite last year, 3.8 million is all he costs. All he costs, Branthwaite. Barely ever plays, but I mean, if you have to squeeze someone in there, don't you? You have to squeeze someone in there. Michael Keane and John Joe Kenny complete that four at the back, and it looks like it's going to be a 4-3-3. I'm intrigued to see whether it is a 4-3-3, because I know Mykolenko is more of a left-back, left midfielder rather than the centre midfielder that this graphic has shown. So I'll be intrigued to see whether that is the case. If that is the case, then it's something different for them. Maybe Frank Lampard has seen something in training and seen actually Mykolenko might be a good centre midfielder as someone who's maybe a ball-carrying centre midfielder from the left-hand side of his midfield three. He's then got Allen and Abdoulaye Doucouré as the two, I would say, more defensive midfielders. I think Allen's going to be that one in the single pivot, and then of course Doucouré almost in that Pogba role, if you will, being able to break up the play, use his big, strong body and half-decent feet to get box-to-box, really, to get Everton up the field. And then the three up front, as I've mentioned and alluded to earlier, Anthony Gordon, Andros Townsend off the wings with Salomon Rondon through the middle. Let's move on, though. Let's talk about Boreham Wood. And, of course, this is a little bit, I'm going to say a little bit, it is very new for us tonight. I only remember Mark Ricketts, and the reason I remember him, he scored last time out against Bournemouth to knock Bournemouth out. A lovely little strike, the centre midfielder, the 37-year-old captain. But this is the team. It's a three at the. It looks like a three at the back. Potentially could drop into a five at the back, which of course shows intent from Boreham Wood in that perspective. Oliver does say Boreham Wood not bad. They got the FA Cup mentality and beat Bournemouth. Exactly. When these smaller teams play in the FA Cup, who knows what can happen for them? And tonight, that is no different. They've set up, and they look like they're going to set up aggressively with, of course, Ashby Hammond in goal, and then a three at the back. And an important thing is that three at the back, because it maybe gives them the opportunity in that midfield to overload Alan Doucouré and Mykolenko. These three players, I think, are going to be really important. Alan specifically is the player with lots of experience, lots of talent. And I think if they can overload him, maybe stick, I don't know, Frankie Raymond or Mark Ricketts, maybe stick one of them around him, stop him from playing, maybe that could be the key to success tonight for Boreham Wood. Who knows what they're going to be lining up as. Evening to those who are just filtering in, Fraser, Ian and J-Back. Let us know your score predictions. And why would Chelsea get points deduction? I don't know where you've got that from, Fraser. But let's move on to the wing-backs. They've got Kane Smith and Jacob Mendy as the two wing-backs. Josh Reese, Tyrone Marsh and top goal scorer Scott Bowden up front for Boreham Wood. Let's just see, just out of curiosity, with this Everton side, are a few of the big hitters on the bench for Everton tonight. Richarlison, Alex Iwobi, Mason Holgate, Seamus Coleman. So there is a few players there in case they need to bring someone onto the field. They've got quite a long injury list, and of course these two cup-tied, aren't they, for tonight? I don't know why I didn't think about that when I did the thumbnail, but Donny van der Bench and Dele Alli are cup-tied for tonight, having already represented Manchester United. And to be honest with you, it looks like it should be all Everton, but who really knows? Who really knows with this Boreham Wood side? They've got the wind in their sails. They most definitely have their wind in their sails. Let's change back to the regular screen, guys. Let's change back. Are we all back in Boreham Wood for tonight, guys? Do let us know. It's a big night for Boreham Wood, and I'm sure Boreham Wood fans are absolutely loving being at Goodison Park. I'm sure they are loving it, and an opportunity to see some really, really top-notch players. And importantly, all the players carrying the Ukraine flags, and a couple of Ukraine fans in the stands with tears in their eyes. And what a brilliant moment. What a brilliant moment for sport there. Let's have a look through your guys' comments. I've got a little bit behind here. J-Back is going with 3-1 to Everton. Oh, I can't see there being that many goals if Boreham Wood... 3-1 to Boreham Wood. I can't see there being that many goals if Boreham Wood do get the... do get the win tonight. I cannot see that being a thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it'll be close. I think it will be close if it is. But I'm going to go with 3-1 to Everton. 3-1 to Everton. That's what I'm going to go with. Ian says, come on, Boreham. Fraser says, oh, I've already read that one. Come on, Boreham Wood. Boreham Wood, 5-1 Everton, says Fraser. J-Back's going Everton to get appalled and shocked. That didn't quite make sense, J-Back. 1-0 to Boreham Wood. I can see that being more likely. I can see that. Tottenham's players aware, says Ian. It's Everton. You know what I mean. Premier League standard players. This graphic, interestingly, has gone with a 3 at the back for Everton tonight, with John Joe Kenny playing as a right centre-half, with Patterson and Mykolenko playing as the left midfielder. So just as I mentioned earlier on, whether they would play with Mykolenko in that 4-3-3 role, it doesn't look like it according to this graphic. It looks like it's going to be a 3 at the back, a 3-5-2. So both teams matching each other for tonight in terms of formation. And Boreham Wood, I'm excited to see this. You know, I'm really, really excited. It could be a huge game. And, of course, a huge game for Mykolenko as well, captaining his side for today. A big opportunity for him, maybe could be the start of something great for him himself. And, of course, a brilliant gesture from Super Frankie Lampard to make the Ukrainian captain for tonight. Mark Ricketts there, just going over, doing his duties and receiving the gift from Mykolenko. We'll be underway in a moment. Oliver's going with Everton 0, Boreham Wood 2. I think you guys are being a little bit hopeful here. I'm going to go with 3-1 to Everton. Evening, Max. How are we doing? Max? Been a little while. How are we doing? Boreham Wood have nothing to lose. They absolutely don't. They've done brilliantly to get this far anyway, and hopefully it can continue. Maybe like Lincoln, was it, a few seasons ago, or was that in the Carabao Cup? I can't quite remember. Or Bradford as well. I'm sure Bradford fans will be nagging in my ears if I don't remember that one, especially after they beat my beloved Chelsea. But that is part of what we enjoy about the FA Cup, and we've had a few upsets so far, and Middlesbrough will tell you that anything is possible. Having faced two of the big six, or two of the traditional big six in the Premier League, they've somehow managed to get themselves through. We are underway for the first half, by the way. Boreham Wood have got us underway, kicking from left to right in their black kit. Yeah, but Middlesbrough will tell you it's not always as easy as it looks. And going to these teams, coming up against the traditional Big Six, isn't necessarily a problem. Boreham Wood, of course, have a lot more to do today rather than a championship promotion contender like Middlesbrough are. Boreham Wood sat down in the National League. But on nights like these, when the fans are behind you, who knows what can happen. Unfortunately for Boreham Wood, they are away from home against Everton, but they will love every minute of this. And like Ian says, there is so much to play for when it comes to Boreham Wood tonight, and it should be an exciting game for them. And I'll be intrigued to see as well if they can get themselves underway nice and quick. And that's a lovely ball flicked back down the line there. It's going to be clipped in towards the back post there, and that's a very, very quick start there from Boreham Wood, looking like with a little bit of intent there to go in behind there. It was a lovely ball over the top, and Boreham Wood already looking to stretch the Everton defence. I'm sure they've been doing their homework for tonight's game, especially against a team like Everton that, as we know, struggling down at the bottom. It was Tyrone Marsh making that run in behind, and he just looked to clip it over towards Scott Bowden, but not quite came off for them. And already causing problems here is Reese, and apparently giving away a foul there on Allen. And it looks like a positive start so far. Sam says 3-1 Boreham Wood. No, I don't. I say 3-1 Everton. Stop being hopeful. It'll be 2-0. How much do I hate Mason Mount? I don't. I think it's good Boreham Wood being away. It's a good experience at a stadium. Yeah, in terms of an actual win, though, I think they're more likely to win at home because pitch conditions and stuff like that, this plays itself a lot more into Everton's hands tonight. But we've seen crazier things, haven't we? We have seen crazier things in years gone by, and that Bradford versus Chelsea game does remind me of that. It does remind me of that, and that was at the Bridge as well. Chelsea 2-0 up, and Bradford came back thanks to Mr. Good old John Stead as well, who was in that side. There was a couple of half-decent players in that side who knew what they were doing, experienced players, and very similar to tonight with Boreham Wood. They're looking at the moment just like they're giving Everton a little bit of time and a little bit of room. Anthony Gordon's dropped in there to drop that one off to Decore, spread it out wide to Patterson. Back into Andros Townsend, who's going to whip one in, and that's straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. A little bit of an early tester, get his hands on it, a little bit of a stinger into the hands. Sam, thoughts on Mason Mount missing 2 sitters in the final? I don't think the second one was necessarily a sitter because it was a little bit behind him. But the thing is, you take the rough with the smooth. Liverpool, to be honest with you, were very fortunate to still be 0-0. I think both teams were. I think Van Dijk's goal definitely was it Van Dijk's goal? Matip's goal, sorry, was definitely able to be ruled out. I can see why they've ruled that out. Van Dijk has blocked Reece James. Mane then obviously does really well. Matip commits really well, and it was a good spot. I think that one. There was the Kai Havertz Chelsea goal. I think that was definitely offside, and I just think the Lukaku goal, I think that was, I'm not sure on that one. I think you've seen it given either way, and usually they go advantage to the attacker. Oh, a little bit of a dodgy pass there from Asmir Begovic, who's put John Joe Kenny under a little bit of pressure, but Everton play their way out this time. Yeah, I just think it's a little bit harsh on Romelu Lukaku, that one, because realistically, I don't think I've always been an advocate for this, and obviously in the light of Chelsea's recent loss, it obviously has more of an accord with me now. But I've always been an advocate for, why do we do it from their arms? If you can't score with your arm, how are we saying that is offside? Because it's not. If I can't punch the ball into the back of the net, there is no point in it being offside. Oh, Patterson tries to whip one in. So that's what I don't quite understand about that one. That's what I don't quite understand. It's a little bit of a difficult one. But to be fair, over the 90 minutes, both teams did play some really, really nice football. I think Chelsea were maybe the better over the 90. And when it comes down to a penalty shootout, it is a gamble. And I'm sure Kepa would have been thinking about trying to save some penalties, let alone taking a penalty. How many times have we seen in recent years it get to that stage? I think the only other time I can think of actually was the Europa League final last season. That's the only other time I can think of it going to goalkeepers, and once again a Spanish goalkeeper missed that one. So maybe a little bit of an omen there between Manchester United and Chelsea, but fair play to Liverpool and congratulations on the win. But there is still opportunity here for silverware, and both of these teams will be looking to get one. Liverpool, obviously, still in this competition. Maybe had a little bit of a wobble in that second half last night. Went a little bit quiet, but had enough talent and enough guts and determination to get themselves through to the next round, following Norwich's consistent pressure in that second half. And Max, I have got a video or a live stream scheduled with Louis tomorrow to talk about the Roman situation. So we will talk about that tomorrow. I don't want to speak about it at the moment. We are going to do it all in one go. Ooh, John Joe Kenny nearly getting himself into a little bit of trouble here. Picked up on the left-hand side by Mendy here. Mendy tries to cut inside John Joe Kenny. Patterson once again. He's putting Patterson under a bit of pressure all the way back there. And just Boreham Wood sustaining a little bit of pressure on the ball here. Allen tries to get it down. It's read by Reece. It's given away, though, to... Oh, lovely switch there. Really good switch over to the Ukrainian fullback. Allen. Oh, Michael Keane's tried an audacious pass there and he's just switched it out of play. Irish guy is leaving HITC Sport. I thought he was the person who owned HITC Sport, so I don't quite understand. He is the only person I ever see on HITC Sport. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not quite sure on how that works, but oh well. Everton get us back underway here. Patterson knocks it down. Really good touch there by Solomon Rondon. Brilliant touch. He looks for Gordon. It's gone behind Gordon into Decore. My fault to miss. Oh, it's going to come out again. Is it going to come out again? Drop to Allen this time. It was a good save initially by the Boreham Wood goalkeeper. Goes out wide to Patterson. It's Andros Townsend. Going to cut in on his left foot and he's blazed that one over there, Andros Townsend. It was worth an effort, but the first effort by Mykolenko wasn't bad, you know. It was a great counter-attack by Everton, and Decore just rolled it into Mykolenko, and I thought Mykolenko had... I thought he had it. It went through the legs of Smith, the right wing-back, and fortunately parried by the Boreham Wood goalkeeper. He's played 28 times for the Ukraine. Wow. Wow, Mykolenko. Good stuff. For someone who's relatively unknown in terms of European football, or at least the top 5 leagues. That is pretty impressive to have 28 appearances for your national team. I guess that shows the difference in quality between the two, nations such as England and Ukraine on the football scale, because we don't usually get players from second divisions or even, well, to be honest with you, even other top divisions in Europe play in the England side, and it's almost refreshing to see when these sides do have it. I'm always aware of some of the like League 1, League 2 sides have internationals, and you're like, that's so strange, so strange. But Everton starting to dictate possession a little bit here and get themselves on the ball. We're nearly 10 minutes in, and no real questions asked of Boreham Wood as of yet. That counter-attack, which saw Mykolenko's drive, was very much straightforward in terms of a save for the Boreham Wood goalkeeper. That's good play, though, to find Nathan Patterson. Here's Allen, who's going to roll one, looking for the run of Decore. It's a brilliant roll, and he's just put that into the side net in there. It was a really good ball straight down the line there for Decore from Allen. It was I tell you what, the vision on that was really good. A little bit of ball watching, though, from the Boreham Wood players there. A little bit of ball watching, I must say. And that was from Connor Stevens, the centre-half, the left centre-half. He was just watching the ball a little bit too much. So far, 86% possession for Everton already. And that, I think, will be a common feature of today's game. But you've got to take the opportunities and create the chances when you do as well. So Definitely an okay first 10 minutes here for Boreham Wood. I think they'll be happy with that. Not to have conceded so far, I think they'll be happy. But like I say, the intention for them to set up with that 3 at the back, to me, shows a sign of, actually, we're not going to be afraid here tonight. We're going to try and match you. We're going to come out and play. When we get on the ball, we're going to ping the ball around as well and be defensively sound and sit back with a 5 at the back. And, oh, lovely flick there from Rondon to find Anthony Gordon. And Gordon's just clipped there as he was going into the D at the edge of the box, clipped by number 11 Raymond by Boreham Wood. It was a good direct run there from the youngster, and it's definitely a foul, as despite the protests of Stevens and the other Boreham Wood defenders. But a free kick now in a really interesting position. We know Andros Townsend can, on his day, get a good free kick on him. He can, on his day, get a good free kick on him, and it looks like a good range here, just outside the penalty box. They've actually pulled it back a little bit further for the initial contact on Anthony Gordon, rather than the actual one that saw him go over from Raymond. Will it be the right foot of Anthony Gordon or the left foot of Andros Townsend? I think this suits a little bit more Andros Townsend here. I'm not going to lie. If that's the only thing that's ruined your day, Oliver, I think you're fine. I don't think you have too many things to worry about. It looks like it's going to be Andros Townsend to take this on his left foot. It isn't. It's Anthony Gordon, put it straight into the wall. Maybe he should have left that one to Andros Townsend. And Everton pick up the ball once again. And Nathan Patterson tries to play that one into the feet of Andros Townsend. But the ball's been given away. It's been won back, though, by Patterson as quickly as it was lost. Here is Allen, who finds Will Keane into Jared Branthwaite. Like I say, FPL player's dream. Lovely ball there from Allen to find Salomon Rondon. Oh, what a save by the keeper. He might have been offside there, you know. He might have been offside there, but Ashby Hammond, he didn't know that. He didn't know that. And it's a lovely ball from Allen. Again, the second pass that has cut them apart. And VAR, I do believe, is in action tonight as we are at a Premier League stadium. I think they would have ruled that one off had that gone out for a, had that gone in. But Boreham Wood just need to be careful here. They've given Allen twice already a little bit of space, and you can already see the intention. Excuse me, I'm getting a bit gassy. You can already see the intention of Everton. Once they get Allen into a little bit of space, it's about those runners forward. We've seen it already from Decore, and we've also seen it from, just then, from Salomon Rondon. Yes, he was offside, and it was actually not given as a corner, but a offside free kick. But, importantly, Boreham Wood need to start defending that. You cannot give a player of Allen's quality that much time in an attacking third. You can't give him that much time at the halfway line, let alone that close to goal, because someone like that, with the vision, with the ability to kill a game that he does, it's just a recipe for disaster. And I think they need to get someone just to sit on Allen at the moment, because he's got so much room. Here's Andros Townsend, who knocks it down to Patterson, who shows a clean pair of heels, but that's great play there by Mendy to get himself back in from that left wing back position. Lovely defensive play there from the left wing back. He's covered really nicely, and an opportunity here for Everton to get a few players up from the back. Last time I did watch Everton did score from a Will Keane header from against Leeds United. And of course, Leeds United did lose Marcelo Bielsa over the weekend as well. So a lot has changed since my last stream. Here's Andros Townsend, who drops it back, looking for Anthony Gordon. Really well played. Pulls it back. Oh. Jared Branthwaite will be annoyed at that one. It was a half-decent effort, you know, but I think he should have done better. I think he should do better. He's got in front of his man. Actually, I'll give Mendy credit where credit's due for some good defensive play there. The left-back, really good defensive play there, and he's just managed to get himself in the way there. And Anthony Gordon, he looks really bright at the moment. He looks really bright. He got a couple of goals in the... I can't remember who they were playing. Was it Burnley? It was someone like that. He got a couple of goals there, and since then he started just to work his way into this team and be a little bit more consistent. And obviously injuries to Dominic Calvert-Lewin has helped that, with Richarlison tending to go at least through the middle a little bit more. Mikalenka there gets on the ball, looks to roll it down the line again. It's tackled, though, by Boreham Wood, and Jared Branthwaite is the receiver of the huge clearance from Boreham Wood here. Here's Abdoulaye Doucouré, who finds John Joe Kenny back into Abdoulaye Doucouré. That's a little bit of a dodgy pass there, but Doucouré's recovered it nicely. Branthwaite finds Allen with a bit of space, straight into Doucouré again. A lovely little pocket of space there for the Frenchman. Here's Mikalenko once again. Gordon drops in deep, rolls it into the feet of Andros Townsend, and Andros Townsend there, and Doucouré not quite on the same wavelength. Evening, Curly, how are we doing? How are we doing, mate? Liverpool have Huddersfield or Nottingham Forest in the next round. Big game. Big game. What are your thoughts, Curly? What are your thoughts? And of course, Huddersfield did go up to second the other day. They did go up to second until Blackburn, turned the game around pretty much. They did go up to second, but Huddersfield still unbeaten. Andros Townsend. into John Joe Kenny, back into Andros Townsend again. Everton really dictating play. I'm sure if I look at that possession stat, it must still be at that 86% level at least. Let me just refresh it just to have a quick gander. But that must be really high at the moment. It is still at 86%, 14% possession for Boreham Wood at the moment. A very, very good start for Everton, and not a bad start though for Boreham Wood. They knew that this was going to happen, didn't they? You know that when you come up against one of the Championship, Premier League level opponents, you know, don't you? You know that it's going to happen, that you're going to be dominated all over the field, and it's just whether you can take your chances and keep yourself on the ball when you get the opportunity, and they're not able to that time, but try to just clip it over towards Mendy in the left-back role, but they have given the ball back once again. Hello to you too, Curly. Thanks for the compliment, says Oliver. Curly says Huddersfield to win 3-0 against Liverpool. They've got to get to. They've got to beat Nottingham Forest yet, Curly. Don't get too ahead of yourself, mate. They've got to beat Forest. I mean, that'd be brilliant. If an opportunity arises to go to Anfield to watch that, I am looking for that. I got email updates as well on for Huddersfield Town tickets now. So hopefully, imagine that. The away end at Anfield. I've been in the home end, but I've never been in the away end. That'd be brilliant. Good defensive play there by Smith at right back as Mikalenko looked to make a burst in behind him there. Just waiting for the ball to come back on the field. What kind of state are Everton in? They've only got one ball on the field. Are you kidding me? Liverpool are going to have to be prepared for 14% possession. Absolutely. Imagine if you did that, though. Imagine if you went to Anfield and had 86% possession. That'd be mental. Here's Keane, who rolls it into Decore. Back into Keane. Everton just building. Trying not to be impatient and not build a head of steam here. Decore. Once again. Allen. Every man behind the ball here for Boreham Wood. Looking defensively packed. This is part of the reason why Everton at the moment just struggling themselves to get into a little bit of a rhythm and find those killer passes. We've seen, as I've mentioned earlier, 2 brilliant through balls from Allen, but they are wonder balls in that sense, and they can't keep relying on that. They have to create something a little bit better, and they'll have to move the ball faster and in those final third positions, or hope for a stroke of genius from the dribbling ability of someone like your Andros Townsend, your Mikalenkos, or your Anthony Gordons. Huddersfield are going to be at Wembley for the playoff final too. They most certainly will. They will be for that one. It's so hard to judge. I'm actually enjoying paying attention to the Championship this season. Huddersfield have actually made me pay attention this season. Now that I'm living here full time. Harry Toffolo's big toe greater than Van Dijk. That's very true. Danny Ward, you're the one. You still turn me on. We're off to the Prem again. That was so poor. A little bit of a break there for Boreham Wood as the ball goes out of play after a sloppy pass there. Looking to play that into Anthony Gordon, who just misjudged his pass. A little bit of a break here as Evans has a throw-in. Potentially an opportunity for them to get themselves maybe a corner. That could be an opportunity for them. Another throw-in again for Boreham Wood. A decent little bit of play there. Smith's going to take this one. And now they're quite far up the field. And they're taking the throw-in quickly. Back into Smith. Smith trying to keep it on. He's done really well there to get away from Allen. Clips one in. Headed cleared, though, at the front post by Branthwaite. And here goes the counter-attack led by Andros Townsend. And Andros Townsend's just been a little bit clumsy there. And Boreham Wood able to seize onto the ball that time. It's going to be Crystal Palace versus Huddersfield FA Cup final. Imagine that. Imagine that. Now Huddersfield ain't going to Wembley for the playoffs. They're going to get automatic. If Huddersfield got automatic, is it Bournemouth who have like 4 games in hand on Huddersfield? They're gonna like, it would be mental if Huddersfield did that, but they've got points on the board. I'm enjoying everyone's new profile pictures. I can't see what they are, unfortunately. I am assuming, I can't quite see the colour of them. I'm assuming it's a Ukraine one. But unfortunately, I am in a politically restricted role, so I cannot make a comment. So, yeah, fun. Borough to make it 3 for 3. God, I hope not. God, I hope not. Andros Townsend whips in the free kick here. Okay, maybe we should have neither Andros Townsend nor Anthony Gordon take free kicks tonight, because neither of those were very good. And Boreham Wood able to clear, and just the last couple of minutes just got themselves a little bit into this game here. Disrupted Everton's game plan just a little bit. Had that, I'm going to say, sustained pressure. Not really too good in terms of sustained. A little bit of an over-exaggeration. But it's, it's an opportunity to build. It most certainly is. Clipped over the top there, looking for, I think that's Reese trying to get onto it there. Eventually cleared by Everton. Falls to Boreham Wood once again. Mark Ricketts gives the ball away. Here's Decore. Everton somehow get themselves... Oh, that back pass there from John Joe Kenny had a little bit too much on it. And Asmir Begovic just had to speed his little legs up a bit to get himself scurry across the box there. And eventually give the ball back to Branthwaite. Just a little bit of a lapse in concentration there from John Joe Kenny. Here he is once again. Kenny looking for the feet of Decore. Decore's flicked it around the corner, looking for Rondon. It's good defensive play there by Boreham Wood, and the linesman has actually come to his help there. Anthony Gordon has just given up on football since I put him in my FPL. I mean, that seems to be a typical thing, really, doesn't it? You put him in your FPL team and they don't do anything. It's classic. It is a classic, really. Classic. Happens with everyone. It most certainly does. It most certainly does. I will say, Boreham Wood so far, 25 minutes, can't knock it. Cannot knock it. Still at 0-0 after 25 minutes. I think this is what the Boreham Wood fans will have hoped to keep themselves in the game for as long as possible. But what I will say is they just need to be a little bit cleverer. A little bit more cleverer. Right. I think they need to be more intelligent when it comes to when they get on the ball and have these opportunities. They've just got one now with Smith to take a throw in down this right-hand side, but they need to hold the ball just a little bit more for whilst they have it, because they won't get too many opportunities. But at the moment, they seem to be just pinging that ball out, looking for Scott Bowden to get the ball down, or Josh Reese to get the ball down, and as a result, they've been quite isolated when they have got the ball, that front three of Reese, Marsh and Bowden. And so they just need to, when they get on the ball, have that little bit of composure to try and play out themselves. Don't do it in silly positions, but for example, from throw-ins. They don't need to keep just looking long on a long throw-in, because they've got enough talent that can get the ball down and play the ball well. That's a really good touch, though, in there. And that's a great ball in behind, looking for Josh Reese, who clips it over. Oh, Marsh was arriving at that back post, but it's just gone behind. Lovely play there. Really good ball in behind. What do you think to Lukaku's disallowed goal, Sam? I've already spoken about this, Curly. It's just... I don't know how you can rule someone out for being offside when it's their arm that is offside, and the angle that they give it I don't understand why we don't have a camera that goes up and down the side of the pitch. Like, surely there's the technology for that. Even just one that goes over the top of the pitch, you know, like the ones which come down. One of those would be able to tell if you keep it up to date with everything and you just keep it nice and wide. You'd be able to tell, but it's really strange, really strange. Who did City draw? City actually drew Southampton, so for once in their lives, they haven't quite got an easy run to the final. It would have been nice to see Manchester City versus Liverpool, though, in the quarters, just to see one of the big boys get knocked out, and hopefully one of the smaller teams could have got themselves up and into a final. But it does look like everything is going to go either Manchester City or Liverpool at the moment. But do bear in mind as well for this FA Cup that every final that Thomas Tuchel has competed in, i.e. every tournament Thomas Tuchel has competed in with Chelsea, he's managed to get them to the final. He's managed to get them to the final. And that is quite a big thing. That is quite a big thing. And, of course, that means Champions League, FA Cup, EFL Cup, Club World Cup. All of these he's got them to the final of. So Chelsea definitely do have a cup run in them. Ian's getting a little bit vexed there by the looks of things. It was offside, end of. I mean, it wasn't. But if it helps you sleep at night, Ian, if it helps you sleep at night. Lovely switch there by John Joe Kenny to pick out Smith of Boreham Wood there. He's given the ball away, but just sleeping on the ball there was Mark Ricketts, and Abdoulaye Doucouré is able to nick that one back. Here we go again. Anthony Gordon trying to drop down, trying to drop past his player there, and good bit of quick feet there. And the defenders of Boreham Wood are moaning and shouting here. They're getting very, very frustrated because it's too easy. They keep winning the ball back very quickly. Everton do. And I think the Boreham Wood defenders just want a little bit of respite here. And I can't blame them. They're doing a decent job. But just like Mark Ricketts there, he took too much time. He took too much time on... he took too much time. And as a result, he was able to be nicked by the attacking threesome up front for Everton. I haven't actually thought of that. That's mad. Is that about... about Tuchel. Yeah, it is pretty mental, actually. It is pretty mental. I'm not going to lie to you. When it comes down to it, he's managed to do the job. But unfortunately, we've only won... Well, if you exclude the Club World Cup, which, you know, most people don't really give, you know, the maximum credit type of thing. Matip goal should have counted because it's literally just marking, not grabbing. Well, the problem is with that one, like, Van Dijk trips, well, he gets in the way and interferes with the play of Reece James, who was marking Sadio Mane. So Sadio Mane is able to get the free header because of an offside Van Dijk blocking Reece James. And so that is where the problem comes with that one. Like, I think they got literally all of them right. And I think you've seen them given for Lukaku. But I think the problem is more with the rule, not with the refereeing decision there. Because the rule, to me, is just a little bit bonkers. Like, how can you justify that? I don't understand how you can justify an offside with someone's arm. I can't score with my arm, so it doesn't make sense. Who did Spurs draw? Come on, Max, tell us. Who did Spurs draw? Who did Spurs draw? I've done it again, and I've actually forgotten to bring over my charger for my laptop. So whilst Boreham would take this goal kick, I am going to get my charger for my MacBook. I wish my mic could, like, reach the full distance around my room. Like a wireless mic. That's what they're called, isn't it? A wireless mic. That would be very, very helpful. Very helpful. Boreham Wood, Boreham Wood, Boreham Wood. Oh, here goes Anthony Gordon, driving into a little bit of space here, gets himself away from Mark Ricketts, rolls it into Andros Townsend, who plays it out wide to Nathan Patterson, looking to clip that one in, cleared on the first attempt by Boreham Wood this time. It's out all the way to Marsh, who's trying to do a bit of defensive hold-up play, and Everton able to win the ball back. But Marsh is just a little bit isolated up front. I think Bowden and Marsh need to come a little bit closer together up front between the two of them to give themselves any real opportunity to, well, what's the best way to phrase it? Link up is probably the best way to say it. They need to do something. They're too far apart at the moment, so when one of them does get the ball, there's no one just to drop it off to and just roll it to. I think that is Josh Reese's role at the moment, but he's quite far away, having to drop in quite deep and not really doing a job on Alan either there. He's put no pressure on him there. He's kind of playing sort of in the middle of nowhere at the moment. Bit of a strange technique, that one. Alan whips that one out wide. Max, you've gone very quiet. Nathan Patterson goes down the line, whips it in. Cleared, though, by Boreham Wood once again. We're edging closer to half-time, you know. The closer this gets to half-time, the better a result this looks for Boreham Wood in terms of this first half. Despite the ongoing onslaught of pressure from Everton, the longer this game goes on, the more it plays into Boreham Wood's hands. It was Lincoln City. I told you it was Lincoln City. They've just mentioned it. The Lincoln did really well in 2017. I do believe they got to the semi-finals. I might have been dreaming that. But I am pretty certain they got quite a long way. Let's have a look. How far did Lincoln City get? Let's have a look. Lincoln City Cup run 2017. Let's have a look. Lincolnshire Live, it's on. First round, second round, third round, where they beat Ipswich. Fourth round, they beat Brighton. Fifth round, they beat Burnley. Quarterfinals, where they got battered by Arsenal 5-0. I remember that now. I do remember that now. But, you know, maybe they can do it. Lincoln were, of course, non-league at that point as well. So maybe tonight is the night for for Boreham Wood to inflict some revenge following that 5-0 battering from Arsenal on Lincoln. Maybe inflict some revenge for the non-league teams. It's clipped forward again. Oof. There was a couple of players in there. I think Tyrone Marsh was one of them, and Scott Bowden, I do believe, was in there as well, as it was clipped over by Josh Reese. I can't see that. I don't know what I've done to my chat box here. There we are. Now I can see it better. The Boreham Wood chant was almost as good as Chelsea. Yeah, it was. Boreham Wood, Boreham Wood. Brighton wasn't a big club back then. I mean, they were still a championship club, so it's still an impressive feat. And of course, they did beat Premier League Burnley as well. Hopefully, Boreham Wood get smashed 5-0. No, hopefully not. If they get through, they're going all the way, Oliver. You really think Crystal Palace are going to get in the way? Michael Keane into Allen. Allen finds Gordon. Gordon's going to cut in on that right foot and he's going to shoot. Ooh. He's parried by the keeper but cleared eventually by Mendy. And I think we've just had our first shot on target in the game. I think we have. We've just had our first shot on target in the game. 36 minutes coming from a bending finesse shot. Here's Gordon again, who's going to try cut in on that right foot. If it's not broken, don't fix it, eh? Here's Nathan Patterson, who's going to drive one in, looking for Andros Townsend. It was intercepted and well read, though, by Mendy, who's going to clip one forward with Josh Reese making a run. He's just putting a bit of pressure on Michael Keane. Michael Keane? Yeah, Michael Keane. I think I said Will earlier. Is that his brother? Robbie. Pinged in towards the core, cleared this time by Mark Ricketts. Cleared looking for Marsh there, and it's defended once again. Like I say, the attacker's very isolated at the moment. Marsh does need a little bit of help from his midfielders. It seems to be strange the way that they are playing it at the moment, because I don't know how to best describe it. It's just everyone's so far apart from each other. Oh, good nick there by BOREHAM WOOD high up the field. Bit of a dodgy pass though. Still manages to find its way from Smith, who does a nice little Maradona turn there. I'm assuming that was the turn Curley was on about. Nice little Maradona to get himself away. It's played down that right-hand side again, looking for Smith. And Mikalenko manages to get himself coming over. Come on the wood, says Grant. Evening, Grant. How are we doing, mate? I'm rallying support, Sam. I can tell. Salomon Rondon, I tell you what, I think he's found his level. He has found his level at conference. I tell you what, he looks like Ronaldo does. Ronaldo did at Real Madrid against this conference side. I tell you what, if he had the right support, Rondon could be an absolute genius at conference level. He really could. Get Charles Vernon in behind him and he'll score bags. I'm telling you now. Allen into a little bit of space. Curly for Mod. Have I not done that yet? I will sort that. I thought I'd already done it. Ugh. Michael Keane. Here's Michael. I could have sworn that I had already done that. I'm going to have to click on the stream, so if it plays me out loud, I do apologise. I can report him. I can remove him. I can hide him. Why can't I do what I want to do? That's weird. Oh, there you are. Great effort, loving the support. Curly's only here until he gets mod. That's all he's here for. He'll dip now. He'll dip now. Five minutes left till half time. Don't forget, guys, we will have a half-time game as always. Little bit of a quiz for you, and we'll come up with some a better one for the half-time game at the weekend. I'll actually put a little bit of time and a little bit of effort into it when I actually get a chance to sit down and do one. But at the moment, it's doing a decent job, isn't it? So 5 minutes to half time. Can Everton change this half-time team talk? Can BOREHAM WOOD change this half-time team talk for the greater good? Scott Bowden there just plays the ball off. I keep forgetting the Ukrainian's player's name. The players are just calling for a stoppage to the game at the moment, and to get the medical staff over towards this side where the camera is, and the players just showing some concern there for the person in the crowd. Not quite sure what's gone on there. The camera finally panning away from the area. It's a good spot by the players in the crowd, by the fans and the players on the pitch. A good spot there. Hopefully nothing too serious. Hopefully just a bit of a small problem. Hopefully not too serious a problem. But there will be a stoppage in play here, just as I was about to mention about the fact Everton will be looking to change the game before half time here. Evening Curved, how are we doing? I think we've got like a moderator only chat now as well. If you haven't already, guys, do be sure to smash that like button for us. That would be absolutely fantastic. Can we hit 15 likes on this stream? That would be absolutely brilliant. It doesn't look like there is as much concern as first indicated from the fans and the players down on the pitch. I think we're going to be getting ourselves back underway here. The physios have gone over to make sure that the fan is okay. Fortunately, nothing too serious. Good news, brilliant news at a time of a lot of bad news at the moment. Evans gets us back underway with a throw-in. He's thrown it in there and nearly came back out again. Ricketts is underneath there. Can Smith get that one down? He nearly does there, and that might pop its way out there to towards Marsh. Mikalenko tries to clear that one. It falls to Ricketts once again. Goes out wide now to Smith. Smith trying to play this one back in. Might be an opportunity here for Tyrone Marsh, and that's gone straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, Asmir Begovic. He should have pulled that one back, if I'm honest with you. Should have pulled that one back. Sam turned on mod only chat. I know it seems that way, doesn't it? Even Shah's turned up now. Even Shah's turned up. It must be mod only. It must be mod only. The mods are here. Exactly. It's a shame we don't have anyone else in. Shame we don't have anyone else in so you guys can actually do your job. Michael Keane rolls it into Jared Branthwaite. Here's Anthony Gordon with a bit of space down this left-hand side. It's been bright, the youngster has, in this opening 43 or so minutes. Michael Keane plays it back out wide, looking for Andros Townsend on that right-hand side, who's going to whip one in with his left foot. Is there an Everton body in there? No, there isn't, and that one is cleared away. Who's watching the United match today in the FA Cup? I am. Why can I remove myself? That sounds slightly threatening, I'm not going to lie. Middlesbrough have some tough games. They do, but they're keeping on going. Imagine if City got that run. City'd never get that run. They'd pay to not have it. But imagine if they did. Still 0-0 before half time. This is mental. I thought there was going to be goals. But as this game ticks on, your guys' hope of a Boreham Wood win to see them into the quarterfinals just ever so quickly and quietly moves its way into the ability to be, what am I even saying? I didn't get that sentence correct. Into the opportunity for Boreham Wood to maybe sneak something from this game. Who knows? We might have a West Ham versus Crawley situation. Branthwaite finds Gordon. Lovely touch from Gordon. Plays it out wide to Nathan Patterson. Lovely 1-2 with Decore. Whipped across the box. It was... I keep forgetting the Ukrainian fullback's name, and I've said it so many times. Mikalenko. There we are. Every time it comes to me. I feel for you, Sam. Deserve many more views. You'll get there, Sam. Thanks, Curved. I do appreciate your support, and I do appreciate those who are in the chat. That wasn't me being like, I don't appreciate you guys. I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate the people who come out every week to listen to me ramble on for 90 minutes at a time, and I really do appreciate that, and I really do. Couldn't agree more, Curve. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you. And I think I've just seen Joshua Chats Football in here. Evening to Joshua. And I thought he was going to say something about Nathan Patterson there, but he's decided instead to refer to me as Gianluigi Donnarumma. No. I've been good, thank you, Josh. How are you, mate? How are you? I've been a little bit disconnected from social media. I need to catch up with a few messages. Unfortunately, if you message me on, just generally, if you message me on my Sam Redgate-Large Instagram account and not my blog Instagram account, it goes into my message requests, and then sometimes I don't see them for a while. So that is a particular problem that I need to try and sort out. But Everton with a corner here, 2 minutes of added time. We're obviously nearly the full way through here, but a potential opportunity for Everton just to get themselves a goal and change the halftime team talk. Let's see what they can do. It's Gordon to whip in this corner. It's cleared out that front post really easily by BOREHAM WOOD. And that is half time, ladies and gents. That is half time. Everton 0, BOREHAM WOOD 0. Who'd have thought? Not me. Definitely not me at this current moment in time. I'm very, very surprised that it is still 0-0 at half time. But to be honest with you, Everton haven't really created anything in terms of clear-cut opportunities. It's been a half of a little bit of disappointment, if I'm honest with you. The first shot on target actually coming from a lovely bit of play, don't get me wrong, by Anthony Gordon down this left-hand side. But it shouldn't be coming from that. That shouldn't be the only time that they do have a shot on target. It's been... In terms of possession, they've looked good on the ball. They've been doing quite well. But it's just not been good enough in that final third. And it's been a little bit disappointing for Everton. BOREHAM Wood will be pleased with it. You know, they've not really had to be tested too often in this game. Evening to James as well. Lovely to see you, mate. Hope you are doing well. And he says, come on, BOREHAM Wood, my new local. I always forget that you're out and about now, James, aren't you? You've left sunny old Lincolnshire and you're out and about. But great to see you, mate. Hope you are doing well. Josh says he's all right. Doing mock tests recently. Got BB in double science and all the rest were A's. Nice one, Josh. Nice one. Keep up the good work. Everton doing well. Not to be down at half time. I mean, that's a little bit harsh. That is a little bit harsh, I must say. But I do think the BOREHAM Wood, I think there's something in there for them. They just need to stop isolating the front three. It seems to be very much that Reece and Bowden and Marsh up front, they seem to be isolating themselves at the moment, and it's not really causing too many opportunities. Everton haven't been great. Everton haven't been great in that attacking third. There's been a couple of key passes from Allen through, and that's been really the clear-cut opportunities in terms of clear-cut balls through. But they've lacked that, really. They have lacked that at the moment. And it'll be a difficult second half, and I'm sure Frank Lampard will be telling them in this second half that they need to come out better. They need to do better because it's not been great. It definitely hasn't been great. Ali says, yes, Sam. Afternoon, Ali. How are we doing? He says, score prediction. Well, I was going with 3-1 to Everton, so I think I'm going to... I don't know whether to stick to that or whether to change it. I'm going to go... I think it's still going to be Everton. I can't see them losing despite the halftime scoreline of 0-0. I cannot see Everton losing, especially with the possession stat. You've got to have some possession. 80% possession. 80% possession for Everton. We've seen crazier, haven't we? I'm sure Celtic will tell us we've seen crazier. Let's have a look through some of your comments. Sam, remember that you agreed to shave off your Donnarumma beard once you hit 1k likes. Well, under 400 more subs to go. I mean, I don't think I ever remember agreeing to that. 377 to go. Get in. That means we gained one. Get in. It's nice to see when a big club play a small club and not absolutely batter them. Hope Everton can hold out, says Curly. Love it, Curly. And Ali says BOREHAM Wood win, Lampard sacked. I'm not so sure Lampard will get sacked. Of course, he's without his 2 January transfer signings, but who knows? We've seen crazier things in football. We know how ruthless some teams can be. We do know how ruthless they can be. But what we're going to do now, guys, is... So, halftime game. Let's have a halftime quiz. Let's have a little talk. If you guys want to change your score predictions, do let me know. And I will get Mr. N'Golo Kante and we will have a little bit of a half-time prediction. And N'Golo Kante's been looking across at me at the meal table today. My cute date for today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is match day, and it most certainly is on the Sam Redgate-Large channel. Let's try and find, is there a Deli Alley card in here? If there's a Deli Alley card, we shall do a Deli Alley quiz. And, I mean, what more could you want from your sandwiches, really? What more could you want in your sandwiches? Let's have a look. Ooh, there's Gary Neville, Gareth Southgate, Gerard Piqué, Zlatan, Michael Owen, David Beckham, Thierry Henry, Marta. It's a good job we don't do any of the girls. I don't think you guys can get any of them. I think he's in the other pack. But do let me know if you are ready for the half-time game. We're going to do some Everton ones because, of course, there can't be... I'm not sure, whilst there might be Aaron Moy in this World Stars collection, I'm not sure they quite stretch to Boreham Wood. I think Huddersfield is about as far as anyone can stretch with these. Let's have a look through. We've got Deli Alley, we've got Kane, we've got Sterling, Vardy, Welbeck, we will Wayne. We've got Rose and has Maguire, the English are on fire, and Rashford scores for England once again. Sorry, just singing my 2018 chant, but here we are. Here we are. I still love how Moy was in the pack. I know, I don't understand. I don't understand why Aaron Moy was in this pack whatsoever. Like Alexis Sanchez, Gabriel Jesus, all of these players, Mbappe, Lacazette. I just don't understand how Aaron Moy snuck his way into this pack of cards. I don't get it. Who was he sleeping with World Football Stars to get himself in here? I don't know. I really don't know. I really, really don't know. But let's move on. Let's talk Deli Alley. So, of course, as I always say, these are a couple of years old. So, dependent on your knowledge from a few years ago sometimes. So this is, of course, Deli Alley at Spurs and maybe Deli Alley in his prime, to be fair. Aaron Moy, yes. Do you not know who Aaron Moy is? You should do. You should do. Played for Brighton as well, Oliver, so you definitely should do. So, let's have a little look. So, we'll start off with the first question. As always, these should be pretty easy for you guys. You guys aren't rookies, so you guys should know the answers to this. But starting us off, question 1. What name does Deli Alley wear on the back of his shirt? What name does he wear on the back of his shirt? A nice easy one to get us kicked off. And Shah is back as well for the halftime game, so a nice easy one to get us kicked off. Deli Alley, what name does he wear on the back of his shirt? You don't want to follow Shah on Instagram. He'll make 4 different accounts and then follow you on them all and then make you follow him on them all, just in case if he remembers a password. The question, Max, is what name does Deli Alley wear on the back of his shirt? The guy who played for the smallest club across from you. And there we are. There we are. Absolutely. No, he played for Huddersfield, actually. He did play. Fraser, I said what name and you put 20. You put what name and you put 20. Fraser. Fraser, you put 20. That isn't the question. The question is what name does he wear on the back of his shirt? What name? Not what number. Congratulations to Curly and Max. That's proper tickled me. That has proper tickled me. It is, in fact, they're retracting the messages now. Retract the math. Retract the math. It is, as Max rightly pointed out, it is Deli. That is what he has on the back of his shirt. Deli Alley. He does. 20 ain't a name. No, it most certainly... Well, it might be, but not the characters as numbers definitely isn't. Maybe as a word, you could get away with it. Moving on. Max, I am actually going to make sure that you have to answer after everyone else, because I think this is going to be really easy for you as a Spurs fan. I think this is going to be easy for you. So just hang fire, just like 2 seconds, whilst everyone else fires away with the questions, just because I don't want you to give it all to everyone else and everyone be like, oh, this is so easy, just because you give them all the answer. So the next Dele Alli question is, which team did Dele Alli play for before joining Spurs? Which team did Dele Alli play for before joining Spurs? Thanks, Max. Just wait. Just wait for like 2 or 3 answers to come in and then chip in, rather than just being like answering dead quick. I'm just very conscious that it's still fun for you, but for everyone else, it'll just be like, oh, we'll just copy Max for the whole time. Which team did Dele Alli play for before joining Spurs? Yusuf's come with Sasana. What? Yusuf, I swear you just sometimes just come into the chat and just put the most random thing and then just dip again. You come in for like 2 seconds and then just dip. Oh no, Huddersfield. There goes my 5 out of 5. There goes my 5 out of 5. I feel like that's easy even for them, I think. Max says. Max, you can come in with your answer to confirm it for us. You can be the adjudicator, Max, with these ones. Ooh, that's a good question, that next one. That is a good question. I did not just copy Oliver. He definitely did. Was it Schrafter who was trying to convince me that he watched the highlights of Eden Hazard's debut the other week? It was, I think. It was. It most certainly was. And Max, is it MK Dons? It is MK Dons. It is MK Dons, who Dele did actually sign for. I think he was like 17, 18 when he signed for Spurs at the time, and everyone was like, why have you brought this guy from League One to the Premier League? And then he had that beautiful season, didn't he, where he scored 18 goals in the Premier League, and he looked like the real deal. It's a shame about his maybe his work rate is what can be questioned at times. I maybe thought Jose would have got the best out of him. Who knows? Maybe Frank Lampard can get himself firing. Who knows? It could help. It could help. But we'll have to wait and see, won't we, with Dele? He's someone who there's no doubt there is a player in there, and on his day he can be. Like Shah saying Dele's overrated. I don't think he's overrated. I think he's a player that hasn't reached the expectations. I think the world was his oyster. I think it was like Balotelli. The world was at his oyster. He scored 18 goals in a Premier League season at the age of 19. How many players do that? Not many. Not many players score double digits other than he who shall not be named for Manchester United. And that shows you the level of player that you've got to be. So I don't think he's overrated. I think he's just let himself gradually, the lack of energy and the lack of enthusiasm to play football has really come to cause problems for him. But we will move on and we will do question 3, which is, in which league did Dele Alli make his competitive debut? In which league did Dele Alli make his competitive debut? Sorry, say again. When Chelsea bankrupt. Why would Chelsea be bankrupt? Chelsea aren't going to go bankrupt. I mean, you can clip that and quote it, and if Chelsea do go bankrupt, have it. But Chelsea aren't going to go bankrupt. They're selling the club for £3 billion. That is not a club that is going bankrupt. Yeah, Max, you can guess on this one. This one's quite a hard one, so you can guess on this one. So the question is, in which league did Dele Alli make his competitive debut? In which league did Dele Alli make his competitive debut? Curly's gone with League 2. Good shout. I guess the question is, for you guys trying to work it out, is, number one, did he play for a team other than MK Dons before MK Dons? And what division were MK Dons in when he made his debut, if that was who he made the debut for. You're all going League Two. Richarlison's coming on. That's not a good sign, is it, for Boreham Wood? Richarlison's dad is coming on for John Joe Kenny, I do believe. But I can reveal to you, as we are getting to half-time, and very clever from Boreham Wood here, making the Everton players just wait out on the pitch. I like it. Mind games. So, Shah's gone League 1. Curly and Max have gone League 2. Fraser's gone League 2. And Shrafter's gone League 1. And I can reveal to you that Dele Alli made his debut, competitive league debut, in League 1. In the, I'm guessing, what was the N-Power League 1 at the time. So, obviously not League 1. Or the French League 1. It was, in fact, the English League 1. So, congrats to those, the English 3rd Division. We will leave that just in case if we go, because the players are about to come out, but just in case if we get to a little bit of a break at the end, who knows, we might be going to extra time. This will be decided tonight, ladies and gents. This will be decided tonight. No more second legs in games, of course. I mean, you can have a second leg if you want. I have 2. You can be greedy like me if you'd like. Fraser's just copying me at this point. Yeah, I mean, Fraser copied you, but you all got it wrong. So that's what you get for copying, Fraser? That's what you get. Could have used your own brain. Could have got that one for yourself. And we are underway in this second half. Let me update this, and then we will be all ready to rumble. Richarlison is the only substitution for Everton, and I think that shows that Everton don't want to mess around in this second half. They don't want to have to worry. They don't want to take this to extra time. They don't want those extra minutes on their legs and take that into the Premier League. San Marino's 2nd Division Cup West competition is what I thought. Yeah, I mean, close, Oliver. I can see that being a viable league. In fact, I think I might have had 2 appearances in that league. So it won't surprise me. Pens in the FA Cup is the best. It most certainly is. I love a good penalty shootout, but whenever your team's involved, you just can't bear it. You really can't. I remember the Europa League final last season, and I was absolutely giddy. I was really, really giddy. But of course, if that had happened in the Champions League final for Chelsea, or like the other day, every Chelsea player who stepped up, I thought, oh, he's missed this. And even with England as well, you always worry about it. But when it's a neutral like we are tonight, you've got a team to root for, haven't you? You have got a team to root for, and that is exciting for us. And tonight, that team is Boreham Wood, who will be very pleased coming into this second half. That's a lovely clip over the top, looking for Tyrone Marsh, but it's just been outrun there. They'll be very pleased coming into the second half because it's been a decent half. They've had not too many questions asked by the Everton attackers, and like I do mention, there has been one change with Richarlison coming on. It wasn't John Joe Kenny, actually. It was Nathan Patterson who has come off, and it looks like it's going to switch to a 4-2-3-1 for Everton in an attempt to break down this Boreham Wood defence, and Mikalenko will go back into that more traditional left-back role that we are so used to. Name Everton's last 4 managers. Last 4. Frank Lampard, Ancelotti, Rafa. Oh, just across the box there. Rafa, and was it Big Sam curved? Was it Big Sam when Wazza was there? Was it Big Sam? Sounds right, Oliver. All failed. Oof. Frank Lampard has changed the system most certainly to change this, and it's a very good question. Sam, don't look at the chat for answers, you cheat. I didn't. I was just saying it out loud, hence why I ended up with a different answer to Oliver there. Is it Marco Silva? I don't remember him being in charge of Everton. I remember him being in charge of Hull, but I don't remember him being in charge of Everton. Decore down this right-hand side tries to play the ball into Andros Townsend, but he's apparently fouled the Boreham Wood defender there, and I'm not too sure there was much in that. To be honest with you. Yeah, I feel like Marco Silva was further back than that. I feel like Marco Silva got that job. If he did, I can't remember. But if Marco Silva was in charge of Everton, I think he got it after he was in charge of Hull because he did okay at Hull. So I don't think it'd be then. I don't know. There's been that many. We know how ruthless Everton, Chelsea, Watford, these teams are, but you almost forget, don't you? Like I totally forgot Claudio Ranieri was in charge of Watford at one point. He might even still be in charge of Watford. I couldn't even tell you, man. I couldn't even tell you. I really couldn't tell you. Silva was sacked quickly. No surprises there. No surprises. Ball over the top there. Looking for Bowden, and he can't quite get on the end of that. Wasn't it Sam Allardyce before Marco Silva? Honestly, it's just so confusing. Rondon couldn't score against Cal the Dragon. I mean, definitely not. Definitely not. It's hard to score against Cal the Dragon. I did send you some TikToks, by the way, Curly, because I know how much you love Cal the Dragon. Lovely ball into Decore. Decore out wide to John Joe Kenny. He's going to whip it in. Oh! Solomon Rondon. He should have scored. He should have scored. I'm assuming that was what Curly was referring to, but it's a lovely ball in by John Joe Kenny. It's a really good ball in, and Rondon. Oh, he's going to kick himself with that one. He's going to kick himself. How that man is a Premier League footballer, to this day, I do not know. But so close. So close. Why would you ask me that one, Sharp? Why would you not ask... Max, our good old friend? Is Rondon an unpaid volunteer player? He might as well be, to be honest with you, Curved. He might as well be. At this point as well, Everton probably need all the volunteers they can get. That's well read by Mendy in left wing, and well read there by John Joe Kenny, just as the Boreham Wood strikers were looking to peel away. These 5 minutes are just ticking by quite quickly at the moment, the minutes are. They are ticking by quite quickly, I must say. If you haven't already, guys, do be sure to smash that like button for us and do hit subscribe as well. If you are new to the Sam Redgate-Large channel, of course. If you've already subscribed, don't press subscribe again, because that will unsubscribe you, and that would not be fun. But Sam Allardyce was before Silva. Why does that feel like so long ago, Sam Allardyce now? Anthony Gordon, lovely drop of the shoulder here. He's going to roll one down, looking for Richarlison, is he? No, carries on. Oh, he used the run nicely of Richarlison, but he carried on running, and the pass, looking for Rondon in the end, wasn't the greatest. And Boreham Wood able to clear. Here's Richarlison. Finds Allen. He's got John Joe Kenny out wide, and he's just overhit that slightly. Had to take John Joe Kenny a little bit wider than he would have wanted. Into the feet of Townsend, who finds Allen. Back into Townsend again. Back into Allen. Decore's got a bit of space. Urged to shoot by the crowd. Instead opts to go to John Joe Kenny, who rolls it down that line. Looking for Andros Townsend. Back into John Joe Kenny again. Just testing their way. Decore looks to flick that one round the corner. And that who's gone out for a goal kick. I was trying to work out there. Hence the weird, pause. But I was trying to work out there if it did take a touch off the defender of Boreham Wood, but deemed to have not. It looked like from here, because obviously you can't see where the player is, but it did look like it had taken a deflection. Yeah, that is the correct word, a deflection off Stevens, I do believe, down in that left centre-back position. Apologies. I knew you'd have a chuckle at that comment, Sam. I know, it did make me chuckle, Curved. Honestly, Everton deserve to get relegated looking at this performance. It's not been great. It really hasn't. I'm all for the drama now. But also, I want Frank Lampard to do well. That's the thing. It's like, I have no doubts that Frank Lampard will be a good manager. Number one, he definitely got the Chelsea job too early. I think this job would have been perfect had he moved from Derby County to Everton. I think it would have been a perfect job, but he's almost... Oh my gosh! Marsh is absolutely clattered into one of the players there. Mikalenko, I think it is. He's absolutely clattered into him, and Marsh is like, what have I done wrong? He's not done anything wrong, to be honest with you. He's not done anything wrong. It's shoulder to shoulder. He's just stronger than Mikalenko. He is. He's just stronger than Mikalenko. And, of course, the advertising board always makes it look bad when someone slides into the advertising board. Let's see something then. Let's have a goal. Oh, and they've given it away here to Marsh on the edge of the box, who's going to shoot. Oh, maybe not the right idea there, but you know what? Why not, hey? Why not? A big stage for you. 25 yards out there from Marsh, and he's hit it okay. He's hit it okay. Always rising though. Never really going to trouble Asmir Begovic though, and it's just given a little bit of a bonus there to Boreham Wood, and that is their first attempt on goal in this game. So, I mean, what you can say is it's at least a building point, isn't it? It's, we've got our first shot now. Now they should start coming freely. If this was Lampard's first game as manager, they'd be 3-0 up. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I don't want to shout. I think I will stay well away from that one. I think I will stay well away. Michael Keane with a little bit of space. That was nearly better, but Everton, it's just that final ball in the final third there. They rolled it into, I believe it was Anthony Gordon who dropped in, who tried to just sort of drop it off to Solomon Rondon. And once again, it's just slightly off. They're not quite clicking at the moment, Everton. That being said, Boreham Wood just giving them the ball back once again. Here's John Joe Kenny, who finds Allen. Allen, can he use his good passing skills to roll it into Richarlison, who tries to flick it for Rondon again, and it's cleared this time. Is that going to fall for Andros Townsend? It might fall for Gordon. It's good defensive play there by Mendy. Here's John Joe Kenny into Allen once again, who's going to go wider to Kenny. Kenny looks to roll one across the box, and it's in! It's in at the front post. Solomon Rondon. There we are. That is Everton's breakthrough. And it was poor marking, poor defending from Boreham Wood. And their hard work has been undone there by a good ball in, but not a great ball in. And I think the keeper, he'll be annoyed at himself. I think he'll be very, very annoyed at himself there that has snuck in at the front post. It was very, very much a tap-in, really. He's going to be so annoyed. He looks fuming already. He does look fuming, but Boreham Wood not out of this, but they've just made their lives that much harder. That much harder. Absolutely. Why can't I click on the text here? There we are, to get it sorted. But Rondon has put Everton 1-0 up against Boreham Wood. So that's sustained pressure without any shots in this first half, and the beginning of the second half has finally counted. And maybe this is when we'll see this game open up, and maybe we'll then see our 3-4 goals that we were maybe expecting at the beginning of this game. Sam looks so good it should be illegal. Oh, thank you, Curly. Thanks. Sorry, Oliver, can't help myself. I swear if Rondon gets a hat-trick now, it wouldn't surprise me. The Volunteer has scored, surprisingly, very surprisingly. Rondon greater than Werner, confirmed. I mean, Werner scored last night, so... And that was against Luton, who are better than Boreham Wood, so definitely not. Everton now with another corner. They look like they've just sort of got themselves into gear. I don't know if that's a phrase that people usually use, but they look like they've just sort of knocked it up a gear and gone, actually, we want to play now. And already coming back at Boreham Wood. Boreham Wood, this is an important 5 minutes or so for them. If they have aspirations to go further, and that's over the top by Michael Keane from that corner. If they have aspirations to go further, they definitely need to withstand this 5 minutes. And Mikalenko has gone down there following that cross. Doesn't look very pleased. Looks in a little bit of pain. Sam, you should go back to your long beard. I don't quite fancy that one at the moment. Don't worry, Oliver, playing Everton is an easier draw. Probably is. Probably is the form they're in at the moment. Sam, you should... Why do I have to do this? Why don't you have to shave your head, Oliver, if they win? Back. Oh, for God's sake, says Max. I know. Everton have scored. Salomon Rondon is the man. He is the man. He is a man. Whether he's the man is up to you. And Everton making some substitutions here. Seamus Coleman is the man coming on for Vitaly Mykolenko. At least I don't have to pronounce his name one more time. Mykolenko coming off. And so I assume that would be a straight swap. And, well, maybe not a straight swap, but a straight swap in terms of fullback for fullback. And then I assume that John Joe Kenny will go out onto that left-hand side. We've seen him play there a couple of times. A bit of a hefty tackle there on Richarlison. Maybe a tactical foul. Very, very hefty, but they're still going here with Salomon Rondon, Everton, who rolls it, looking for John Joe Kenny, who has gone out already to that left-hand side. Gordon shimmies, looks to go down that line, pulls it across, and that's an easy save there for the Boreham Wood goalkeeper. I want to see Boreham Wood get themselves an actual opportunity here. As mentioned, Everton were poor in that first half, but Boreham Wood did not do anything to suggest that they were even going to score. So it was only just a matter of time before Everton did eventually break the deadlock. What? Shah, what is going through your head? Imagine if your chin was your butt and your butt was your chin. How would that... What? Rondon Ballon d'Or winner confirmed. Is he like 34 now, Salomon Rondon? It's been about for a while. I remember when he was bagging for... was it West Brom? Was that the first team he signed for? I swear he's been to a couple of Premier League sides now at the moment. Would you rather... Here's a good would you rather. Have feet as hands or hands as feet? There you are. That is your question, ladies and gents. Get in the chat. Would you rather have feet as hands or hands as feet? Shah's gone crazy. No, so I think you were already crazy in the first place, if I'm honest with you, Shah. Stevens to take a throw in here for Boreham Wood. Throws it down, looking for Marsh. And once again, they've not done anything when they have got the ball. That's gone out for a goal kick. And I just don't... That is my criticism of Boreham Wood today. Yes, they've not had many opportunities, but when they do get on the ball, they don't keep it well enough. They don't keep it for 3, 4, 5 passes to sustain a little bit of pressure. There, they've taken a throw in and thrown it back to Everton. And you can't do that at this level. You definitely can't. You really can't. Oliver's gone with hands as feet. Yeah, I think hands as feet would be very helpful. I'm sure your hands would wear and tear wise would learn to deal with stuff like that. But imagine you'd be able to grip stuff with your feet. Imagine how cool that'd be, just going like that. Well, I guess it's just like a claw, isn't it? I guess that's just what birds do. I don't think that's that amazing now that I've just thought about it out loud. Allen plays one forward, looking for Richarlison running in behind. Well defended though by Mendy, just to shove Richarlison out of the way. This is the quality content people subscribe to the Sam Redgate-Large channel for. I'm telling you now. Neither, Shah, is the answer to that one. What? Salomon Rondon is pretty much just a pitch invader at this point. You are absolutely correct. Richarlison into Rondon. Rondon rolls it out wide to Anthony Gordon. He's got a couple of players in support. He's going to try and roll it back into Rondon. Might fall to the edge of the box for Andros Townsend. Does fall to Richarlison. Falls back to Townsend. And Richarlison deemed to have given away a foul there on Ricketts at the edge of the box. Mark Ricketts maybe need a moment from the captain here, Boreham Wood, to get themselves energised, to get themselves believing once again that they can claw back this deficit. Of course, they do only need one goal to take this to extra time. And I think once extra time comes, if it does come, then the game will change immediately. But I'm not very optimistic at that because there has been a lack of opportunities. Still plenty of time to play here, and a couple of substitutions for Boreham Wood could do them all the good. But we just don't know at this moment in time. They're not keeping the ball well enough. That is the massive criticism. Unlike last night where people like Luton, when they got on the ball, they were looking positive, moving the ball forward. They aren't really doing that at the moment. And maybe the pitch is just a little bit too big for them, or it feels like it. Andros Townsend looking to clip one in towards Solomon Rondon once again. It's fallen to Decore. Here's Rondon. Rolls it to Allen. Allen, is he going to try and get a shot off? Rolls it to Decore. Decore at the edge of the box. Goes out wide to Anthony Gordon. Gordon drives. Goes down to the byline. Pulls it back. Looking for Richarlison. Cleared though by Mark Ricketts. Only as far as Branthwaite. Here is Andros Townsend on the right hand side. Rolls it down the line. Looking for Allen. And that was easily defended there by Boreham Wood that time, and out for a goal kick for Boreham Wood. "65 minutes left on the top." Sam, can I ask about Mason Mount's cross against Luton? I think what you'll find is he actually spotted a bird on top of the stadium and was just trying to do the caretaker a favour, Curly, by playing it onto the roof and getting the bird off. That is all I'm saying. It looked like a half opportunity there for Boreham Wood to get themselves forward. It was Marsh making the run in behind, but Everton easily able to defend. Seamus Coleman tries to run down himself there, and it's Mendy who's come across to clear that one. Seamus Coleman does take the throw into Abdoulaye Decore. Here is Allen. Allen rolls it out wide, looking for Anthony Gordon again. For me, at the moment, Anthony Gordon is the man of the match. He's been very positive. Into Richarlison. Back into Anthony Gordon. Good save by the goalkeeper, who's made himself big and slid at the feet of Anthony Gordon there. At the moment, he is my man of the match. Anthony Gordon. Ashby Hammond in goal, though, for Boreham Wood has been really good as well. It's a great save, actually, by Ashby Wood there. Made himself big. Slid down at the feet of Anthony Gordon, the young man. There's going to be a substitution for Boreham Wood in the offing. Maybe a little bit of a pace, maybe a little bit of experience. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you at this current rate. Oh, lovely feet there by Reese, who gets himself away, rolls it into Marsh, but Marsh has given the ball away. This is the story of Boreham Wood's life here. If it's going to come, this goal, it's going to have to come from a corner or something, but they can't get themselves a shot off to get themselves a corner. Like I said about Luton last night, Luton, when they got themselves on the ball, they looked like they were going to move it forward, and I guess that is the difficulty and the difference in quality of calibre even between Premier League and Championship and Conference. It's a domination really here by Everton today, and they've not even been great, have they? Afternoon, Chewy. How we doing, mate? How are we doing? Been a little while, so lovely to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh, Andros Townsend rolling it into Richarlison at the edge of the box there, and he's just taken too long once again at the edge of the box. Andros Townsend finds Seamus Coleman. Allen into the feet of Rondon. Rondon, poor touch. Nicked back by Reese, and Mendy's going to clear that one up again, and that is the ball out for a throw-in. I'm all for someone for not taking risks, but you're 1-0 down now against the Premier League side. You've got to try and play your way out. I'd prefer to lose by 2 than 1, especially under the circumstances of an Everton side that when they have got on the ball, Boreham Wood, there have been mistakes in this Everton defence. The opportunity that did actually fall for Marsh was as a result of a mistake from the Everton defenders. Decore goes to Anthony Gordon again, who's going to cut in on that right foot and then go back down towards the byline, and he's absolutely walloped that one over. What are you making to the football tonight, Chewy? I bet you don't even know who Boreham Wood are, do you? just waiting for the goal kick to be taken. Mark Ricketts looks like he is going to be the man to make way. First of all, he did just go down looking like he held up cramp, the 37-year-old, and that will be his night done tonight against Premier League side Everton. Of course, the man who did score the goal against Bournemouth in the last round, making way. Maybe some younger, fresher legs coming on for Boreham Wood right now. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, an opportunity here for James Comley to make himself a legend at Boreham Wood. Get himself a goal, take him to extra time. Who knows? It could just be the change that is needed to spark a bit of life into this game from a Boreham Wood perspective. Richarlison, though, gets the ball back down, and that looked a little bit clumsy there. And I think that's the man who has just come on there, Comley. I think that was him who's just given away a foul there. At least he's letting him know he was there early, I do believe is the Sunday League phrase. And tries to go down the line there, Gordon, and his touch was too heavy. Really impressed with him tonight, though. He looks so fast, doesn't he? He looks so quick on the ball. He looks confident, looking like he's going to run at players. And I think that's what maybe we miss as an England side. We miss someone who has that confidence and wants to get past players and wants to go down the byline. I think that is what we miss. Every single player that Boreham Wood are bringing on at the moment just looks like someone they've just sort of gone down the local pub with and gone, all right, Carl, do you want to come on and play down at the weekend? Yeah, all right, yeah, cheers. It just looks like that. They just look like average blokes. And I mean, obviously they're playing in the conference, but they do just look like someone's dad. Why did I miss Richarlison crying? Why is Richarlison crying? Did I miss something? I haven't seen it yet. Oh! Is that it? It is 2-0. I mean, he scored. I don't know why he's crying. It was a bit of a weird goal, but it is 2-0. It was miscommunication between the Boreham Wood defenders. And as you can see by the nature of my celebration, it was a weird one to sort of go in. I think it was whipped in by Anthony Gordon off that left-hand side, as he has been doing all game. He whips it in, and it bounces off. Oh, that's poor. It's awfully unlucky. It bounces off the Boreham Wood defender onto Richarlison. Richarlison, no idea that was even coming. And that is Everton 2, Boreham Wood 0. And that looks like it's going to be game over for Boreham Wood. Unfortunately, I don't know why Richarlison was crying, the big baby. Absolutely hate that. No need for any drama there. Oh! They've given it his handball. Oh. Richarlison was trying to do some acting there. It's 1-0. Let's watch this again. Gordon whips it in. It hits the defender. And it does hit the hand. Most certainly does hit the hand. That's a very good spot from the referee. A very, very good spot. A really brilliant spot from the referee. And it is actually 1-0. So, Boreham Wood with an opportunity. And, I mean, someone give that Oscar to Richarlison already. Give that Oscar to Richarlison for that brilliant, brilliant acting there. Pretending like that one had hit him in the face. Brilliant acting there from Richarlison. He was crying. He was crying. Oh, God, what a wuss, man. I hate footballers so much when it comes to stuff like that. Why are you crying? Why? Clearly VAR was going to rule that out anyway. Like, there's no point. Boreham Wood are going to be making another substitution here. The right wing back, Smith, is going to be coming off. And on comes... Oh, Kane Smith comes off. Connor Smith comes on. Easy to remember that one for me. Kane Smith comes off. Connor Smith comes on. Everton have been so trash in the box. That was very Christian Pulisic of you to say there, using the word trash. Everton have been so trash in the box. That's how I imagine Christian Pulisic talks. He is a crybaby, isn't he? He gets himself sent off quite a lot as well, Richarlison, doesn't he? I do remember him getting, maybe twice last season getting sent off? He got sent off against Liverpool. I'm sure Fraser will remind us of that. Oh, Boreham Wood give the ball away. And actually, they've done quite well to nick it back themselves. Evans is going to clip that one forward, looking for Scott Bowden. Scott Bowden's first touch there wasn't great, and Decore is able to get this one back down, and the referee plays advantage from a foul there on Decore. Here's Seamus Coleman, who rolls it down the line, looking for Andros Townsend. Here is Seamus Coleman once again, who finds Decore. Decore looking for Richarlison. Richarlison does go down under the pressure, but nothing in it there at all. What are you crying for? I'm being serious! Dude. Soccer, dude. You know Christian Pulisic's middle name is Mate. Anthony Gordon goes down the left-hand side, pulls it back. Is he going to get his shot off? It's into the hands of the keeper. Through a couple of bodies there. Decent save from the goalkeeper. Yeah, Christian Pulisic's middle name is Mate. I find that so weird. Christian Mate Pulisic. Why would you look at your kid and go, yeah, Christian, all right. Mate. I think his middle name should be Mate. What? I apologise if anyone else has the middle name of Mate, but I cannot imagine you do. It's not like I've just turned around and said, oh, George. Andros Townsend goes down that right-hand side, rolls it into Richarlison. Oh, what a save that is by the Boreham Wood goalkeeper. What a save that is from Ashby Hammond. A brilliant, brilliant save. Sam, did you see the FA Cup quarter-final draw? I know what the quarter-final draw is. I didn't watch it live. But I know Manchester City and Southampton will be facing off. Liverpool will be facing the winners of Nottingham Forest and Huddersfield Town. The winner of this game does get a game against Crystal Palace. And the final game will be Chelsea versus Middlesbrough. Decore at the edge of the box, following that corner. Rolls it into Richarlison. Richarlison hasn't really been too good since he's come on, and that's headed clear once again, headed behind. They're still standing strong here, Boreham Wood. So he'd have at least one, mate. Nice. Make a typo. I mean to call him Nate. I know, it's so strange, isn't it? I feel like Everton could have done with scoring more to boost their confidence, even if it is against Boreham Wood. Yeah, but Curly, what you've got to remember is Everton don't have that option because they aren't that good. Edge of the box by... Oh, Alan, why? Nothing is working tonight for Everton. I know they're 1-0 up, but nothing is working. Nothing is working. On another night, I can see Boreham Wood nicking a late equaliser, but I just can't see Boreham Wood getting themselves up the field tonight. I just can't. They're just so far away at the moment. Everton will struggle to get promoted from League One next year. Did you find a new job, Sam? At the moment, so I've got my contract extended once again. So I've got it extended till July, but then July I'm out of contract again. I just hadn't heard anything. Sort of in mid-February, I had not heard anything about my job being extended, so I was getting a little bit shaky. Way, oh, lovely flick on there from Marsh, and that might fall to Bowden. Oh, Michael Keane was fuming there. He thought that was potentially going to be, for God's sake, sure, that was potentially going to be an opportunity, but that was better. That was better. They need to start doing that. But at the moment, Decore and Allen just really dominating that midfield, and they're making it difficult for Boreham Wood to get themselves on the ball. That's a hefty tackle there, and Decore somehow still continues. Anthony Gordon's shot there was close to Kepa's penalty. It was flying over. Sam signing a contract with Boreham Wood. I wouldn't mind. If they needed a media officer, they know where I am. Seamus Coleman goes down this right-hand side. Is he going to pull it back? No, he continues. There we are. Now he pulls it back to Michael Keane. There's just not that movement up front. Like, you look at Richarlison in this position. John Joe Kenny looks to pull that one across the box. But Richarlison and Rondon are both... Oh, my God. Anthony Gordon. What? But... Like, you look at them in that position, and they are sat in that middle. They are sat in the middle, not moving for the ball. And that's why Gordon has to do shots like that from the edge of the box. Like, what is that? What is that? Awful. Kepa's pen still in orbit. It was an awful pen, wasn't it? It was an awful pen. I thought it was going to be Kante's pen that ended up screwing us, but it turns out it wasn't. It was Kepa's. Marsh gets the ball, gives it to Mendy. Oh, Mendy, come on. Come on, Boreham Wood. Andros Townsend just doing his defensive duties well. Mendy does look tired though. He's had a good game down that left-hand side. The left-back kept Andros Townsend's opportunities to a minimum. But unfortunately, the goal did come from that left-hand side, and maybe he needed a bit more help from his defenders there as Rondon had cut across him, and Mendy's just given away a foul there just as I speak on Andros Townsend. 12 minutes left. Sam, mind partying on the 22nd of May for Everton's relegation party? Are we booking that one in? Is that being booked in? I'm very, very intrigued to see what happens at the end of this season, who goes down. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And who wins the league, actually? I still think Chelsea are in with a sneak chance. Okay, I couldn't even say that without stuttering there. That shows how little I believe that. I genuinely think this is between Liverpool and City now, and I think City have a couple of losses in them. Allen, Gordon, Decore. Oh, given the ball again. That final third, just like Curly said earlier, final third passes haven't been good enough. Haven't been good enough at the moment. And Fraser's all booked for the party. Good stuff. Gordon into Richarlison. I think Richarlison is offside here, and eventually the linesman's flag does go up as Richarlison finds the side netting. A little bit more positive though in terms of his running. Sam has signed for Binns FC and will play and will be playing up front. I will be playing up front. I've changed that because the way that you phrased that made it sound really weird, Shah, and I don't want to say that. For the night too. Yeah, it'll be a whole night party. Book Travago, Hotel Travago, or any other place. Sorry, Sam, Burnley are going to beat Chelsea, says Curved. Curved, what are you doing to me, man? What are you doing to me? I don't think I can take that. If Chelsea lose against them, I'm going to be so annoyed, especially the week we've had. It's been a poor week for Chelsea, really. Up for sale. Lost the Carabao Cup final. Nearly lost against Luton. If we lose against Burnley, it's going to be disappointing. Curved, it will be. Very, very... Sorry, Curly will be very, very disappointing. Shah didn't realise the way you phrased that. Nice. Oh, lovely ball from Rondon into the feet of Richarlison. Back into Rondon. Here is John Joe Kenny trying to pull this one back. It's defended nicely though, and very stoic defending here from Boreham Wood. But if they don't get themselves on the ball, it says, Curly, when you come up on the screen, as you can see on the screen now, it says Cur. So I just assumed it was curved rather than Curly. But anyway. Yeah, very stoic defending from Boreham Wood. I am a little bit starting to think, though, that it is in vain, this stoic defending. It's all well and good defending well, especially now, but they've got to have that plan B, and they don't seem to have it. They don't seem to have it at the moment. Sammy realised the only trophy won by Tottenham is the Audi Cup. I most certainly do, and I will never forget it. Gordon into Richarlison. Oh my gosh, what a tackle that is. What a tackle that is from Reece. Absolutely fantastic defending. Richarlison was just about to leather one into the back of the net, and the attacking midfielder, Josh Reece, gets his foot across, and it's a brilliant, brilliant piece of defending. Boreham Wood still alive, but only just alive at the moment. It's looking very, very long and difficult for Boreham Wood. And oh my gosh, what another great save there! And it's gone over the line. I thought the keeper had done enough there from the header of Rondon. I thought he had. It looked like a phenomenal save from Ashby Hammond. I thought he'd done really, really well, but just when he needed some luck there for it not to go over the line. And like I said, I thought it was going to be in vain, this stoic defending. Let's watch it again. Let's see how far over the line it was. Lovely ball whipped in. It was Rondon's header, and it's a good yard behind the line. I thought he'd made a fantastic save. I thought he had, I thought he had, but unfortunately, that is Everton 2, Boreham Wood 0, and I can say with absolute confidence that Boreham Wood won't be going any further in this FA Cup this year. It's been a pleasure to have them in the FA Cup. They've been really good to watch. We've enjoyed seeing them getting this far, but unfortunately they won't be going through to that game against Crystal Palace. They won't be going through. Has Rondon actually got 2? What is happening? Lukaku needs to be taking notes. Most certainly does. It is 2-0. It is 2-0. Rondon with them both. Goal line technology saving them that time. That's a lovely ball over the top looking for Marsh, but just a little bit too much on it. And like I say, Marsh, Scott Bowden, both very isolated up front tonight for Boreham Wood. Very, very isolated and very far apart as well. They've not been able to really combine and work very well as an attacking twosome. Anthony Gordon's going to be making his way tonight. And Everton will be making a sub, and he is my man of the match for tonight. Anthony Gordon, I've been really impressed with his dribbling ability, his ability to go in behind, move the ball quickly. Lewis Dobbin is the man coming on for Everton to replace Anthony Gordon. So an opportunity for Lewis Dobbin to show Frank Lampard, Super Frankie Lampard, what he is made of. And like I say, it's a little bit disappointing for Boreham Wood as we're 85 minutes in now, 5 minutes left, looking as every second ticks by, looking less and less likely that anything will happen. But who knows? They've got themselves a free kick now at the halfway line. Get a few players forward. You might as well commit. You're 5 minutes away from going out of the FA Cup. And why not? Why not give it your all? Commit bodies forward. Who cares if you lose by 3 or 4? Those fans won't care. They will just want to see a good show. And that free kick there, straight into the hands of Asmir Begovic. So, chat, let me know. Who do you think's winning the FA Cup this year? Who do you think is winning the FA Cup this year? Arsenal love this cup, don't they? Oh, what a ball over the top as well to Rondon, but it was offside. Arsenal seem to love this cup, but have gone out once again. Chelsea have been in back-to-back finals in the FA Cup, yet to win one though. Maybe it's third time lucky for Chelsea. Or do you reckon it'll go to the two boring teams of Liverpool and Manchester City? I can't see, if it's a Liverpool-Chelsea final, I can't see Liverpool doing the double over Chelsea in terms of winning both games, but that's just me thinking that Thomas Tuchel will get his tactics right in that game. And to be fair, he didn't get him too far wrong. It was a desperately unlucky way to lose any final penalty shootout, so I'm sure England fans will tell us that as well. Manchester United, says Shah. Curly's gone Huddersfield Town. Oliver's gone realistic and gone with City. I don't think City have it in them for an FA Cup. I just don't. I think they'll be more focused on that Champions League and the Premier, keeping themselves ahead in the Premier League. It's been a while since Liverpool's won one as well. And I do think just because of that history, Chelsea have an opportunity here to get themselves into at least a final. And of course, playing against Middlesbrough will get them, by the looks of things, could get themselves a nice way into the final, but you never know. Oh, Seamus Coleman's definitely won a free kick there on the edge of the box. Overcommitted there, the Boreham Wood defenders. Can genuinely see Middlesbrough doing it. I don't know. They've been good, don't get me wrong. They've been good. So have Forest, to be fair, against Leicester. But I just think Thomas Tuchel in a cup is too good. I think he is. I think he's really, really good. He knows how to get a team to a final. And I mean, other than, well, all of the finals he's been in have been close. Leicester beat us 1-0. Of course, we beat City 1-0 and we lost on penalties. So he is a very hard manager to beat in a final and beat in cup competitions. And I think that's what Chelsea have, is a very good cup squad. They have players that, for example, Kante's, Jorginho's and Kovacic's, players who get injured. So week by week, it's hard to play the same team because we know that Kante gets injured a few times. So does Jorginho, so does Kovacic. But then if you get them playing right on the night and get Kante doing that high press that is so impactful for Chelsea, then anything can really happen. And we saw that. So much over the last few seasons, well, last season in particular. Sam, you were losing to Luton yesterday. Yes, we most certainly will. But unlike Manchester United, Shah, we can actually come back from a goal behind against the team that is in the Championship, and we actually managed to win. Richarlison now with an opportunity to get a third goal for Everton, a free kick from about 19 yards out. Might be a little bit too close here, and definitely was a bit too close there. He didn't quite get the dip swerve and the curve that he maybe wanted there, the Brazilian. And to be honest with you, he's been okay. He's been okay since he's come on, Richarlison. But for a player of his quality, always linked, of course, with Barcelona, a player of his quality, he should be doing better in this game. He's definitely a player that could be in and around that top six. Maybe someone who is like, you know, where Sadio Mane was at Southampton. Has that potential to kick on, but we're yet to see it. Of course, he used to play for Watford as well, if I do remember correctly. Minimum of 3 minutes of added time. Maybe an opportunity for BOREHAM WOOD to get themselves a goal. Give their fans something to celebrate about. Very funny, Sam. I know. I am a genius. You know. I am. It's the easiest thing to say. Lovely ball over the top. At least we don't have a bald fraud. Who is the bald fraud? Don't know why Everton keep trying shots outside the box when they can barely hit the target inside the box. That is very true, Curly. That is very, very true. I'm not too sure why they are doing that either. They're making it hard for themselves, I must say. Coleman flicks it in towards Rondon once again. It's well taken down though eventually by Andros Townsend, who's going to look to go down towards that byline. He rolls it back to Seamus Coleman, who's going to clip in a ball looking for Richarlison. Headed clear though by BOREHAM WOOD. Still applying that stoic defensive shape, still keeping them at bay at the moment, but there's just not enough going forward, and Rondon nearly flicks that one into the back of the net once again. There's just not enough going forward, and I hate to say it because they have been good defensively, but I think I said it at half time. I think Everton are just gonna sort of almost cruise away, if you will, and the amount of possession I did actually say, I said the amount of possession, unless it's like a Celtic against Barcelona occasion, you don't have many occasions where teams with 80% possession lose games, and as soon as you don't use the ball when you have it, even that if that's a nice through ball in behind, get a runner in, it makes it difficult. It does make it difficult. Curly, is that Curly or is that Curved? It is Curly, who says, damn it, well that's me done for the evening. Night all, great stream, Sam. I said my own name wrong. Sam. Thanks, Curly. Thank you, and I'll see you soon, mate. And let me know if you want to play some Xbox at the weekend. Lovely to see you, mate. Hope you have a good night. And enjoy work in the morrow. Got 20 seconds left of this game. 20 seconds left of BOREHAM WOOD's fantastic run in the FA Cup this season, which has seen them get to, I guess you can call it the last 16 of the FA Cup. Here's Richarlison, still looking to get themselves an extra goal here. Everton aren't happy with 2. They still want a third. Seamus Coleman it's come out to here. And that is it. The referee has blown for full time. And Well, I can't say we didn't expect it. I know you guys at the beginning were hoping for Boreham Wood to win. I was hoping for Boreham Wood to put up a good fight, but realistically, over the course of over 90 minutes, it wasn't. They were never a match, were they? They weren't a match for Everton. And yes, Everton weren't great in that final third for the vast majority, but they didn't have to be. It was very much a game at their own pace, dictated by themselves. And unfortunately for Boreham Wood, that does see them drop and crash out of the FA Cup. It's been a lovely run. I do think if that game had been at Boreham Wood Stadium, I think that would have been a different gravy. I think the home fans behind them would have helped out. But it hasn't been today. And there was a lot of if, buts and maybes, and now they've all been resolved. And who knows where Boreham Wood could go. They've shown that they can do it against the best of teams. And who knows, maybe we'll see them in League 2 next season. Still fighting, of course, for promotion in the Conference League. But I'm going to leave you guys there as it is 10:10 because we had a really weird kickoff time tonight. I forgot to address that. 8:15. Who kicks off at 8:15? That just isn't fair. Everton bring it on, says Oliver. Of course, Crystal Palace joining Everton in the next round, and that'll be who is facing off. And well-deserved win for Everton. It was in the end, wasn't it? I mean, I think we were all hopeful, weren't we? But sometimes hopes and dreams and ambitions are hard to manage, is the best way to say it. And I think tonight it was about managing those hopes and dreams and ambitions. And unfortunately, they didn't quite do it, did they? They didn't quite do it. But I'm going to leave you guys there. I really do hope you have enjoyed this stream. If you haven't already, do be sure to smash that like button for us. That would be absolutely fantastic. Try get us up towards that 15 likes on the stream. I don't have my phone on me, so I don't know how many likes we're on. We could be on 2 likes, and that would be absolutely fine because I can't force anyone to do anything. But I will leave you guys there. Do be sure to tune in tomorrow night whilst me and Louis have a dive. We're going to look at Roman Abramovich's era at Chelsea, have a look at some of the best bits, and talk about what's next for Chelsea as well. So, thank you for watching, guys, and most importantly, stay safe. Cheers.